Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in for this tasting. I'm going to be tasting St. George's latest single malt. Now this is 86 proof, coming out of Alameda, California. Now this is made by the great Lance Winters. Every year he's up for a James Beard, one of the best distillers in the world, not just the country. You know, he's gotten most of his credit for distilling a little thing called vodka. Listen, I love Lance. He's a great human being, and he is one hell of a distiller. I mean, I've tasted some things of his that he distilled. He distilled like crabs. He distilled like calf's liver once. I mean, he's got like this kind of cowboy, like rogue nature in distilling. And the one thing that he's really known for is his vodka. You might have heard of his vodka, Hanger One. He's the man behind it. I will also say that he is one hell of a brandy distiller. He's a hell of a whiskey distiller. And more than anything, I just like spending time with Lance. Lance is one of my favorite people in all of whiskey. And what I love about him is he is a man of principles. And one of the things that he's a man of principle about, is the term single malt. Now, he believes in kind of keeping things how they are. And that's like distilled from, like he distills from a barley malt mash. So that's a little different than, you know, what a lot of people are doing, calling it an American single malt. There's not an actual definition for what an American single malt is, and that's being constantly debated and everything. Everybody's got one opinion, one another. I don't really care. I'll be on. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. I don't care. I don't care what you call American single malt. I'm in the belief of like, let's not copy other countries, but let's have our own thing, but let's also make sure we taste good. Because it doesn't matter what you can call it. You could call it like sunshine and rolling hills and flowers and kumbaya. And if it tastes like shit, it tastes like shit. So, and that's where we are today. I'm just going to judge this by how it smells, tastes, and finishes. And it's never easy when I'm tasting a friend's whiskey because they know I don't pull punches. And as much as I love Lance, as much as I love his family, he knows that I'll call it like I see it. And, you know, sometimes that means you don't hear from him for a while. Sometimes you don't get a phone call. Maybe you don't get a Christmas card. Maybe you don't even get text anymore. But you always have to be honest when it comes about your opinion of a whiskey, especially if you are a reviewer or a critic, and it's just part of the game, and people respect that. At least I hope they do. So here we go. You know, to me this smells like a really beautiful beer. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it smells like a beer, like a really good pungent lager. Hints of grapefruit, hints of honey. Just a touch of anise there. Oh, yeah. If you're a Japanese whiskey fan, if you're someone who likes kind of like those more some earthiness, there's a lot of like really nice malty beer kind of qualities to this. There's a lot going on. This is definitely following the path of where I'd like to see more American whiskeys go. And that's like, you know, jump out of the comfort zone a little bit. Like this is not following a path of anything really, but it's fucking good. God, it reminds me of an oatmeal stout. It has like this oatmeal stout quality. Obviously, it doesn't look anything like an oatmeal stout, but it's got like this sweetness and it's got this bitterness to it. It's got some like a lot of citrus. A touch of tobacco. This is really splendid. This is really splendid. I like this a lot. Now I'm going to say this. This is my first taste, and I normally don't declare something on my first taste to go to that next level. But I'm going to put this in the running for my best American single malt, or my best American malt whiskey. And I think this is up there with Rua. I think this is up there with Westland. This is really, really tasty, but it's tasty in a different way. And it's interesting. I never read people's notes. I'm going to read their notes now. They're saying it's got like cocoa, roasted hazelnut, and hardwood smoke. Yeah, no, I didn't get any of that. But I will say I liked it, and I got what I got. And it's definitely in the flavor zone that I'd like to see American single malts go. But at the same time, I don't care how they get there. I just want it to be pure and delicious. So that's going to do it for this tasting. Make sure you click the subscribe button to check out future tastings. I mean, always honest here, good or bad. I once said something smelled like a dead cat. I did. Also, burnt plastic, melted plastic, lots of plastic. But thank you for joining me. Click the subscribe button if you would like to become a member. The YouTube membership community actually saw this tasting live. That's right. This tasting happened live. It streamed live prior to it going public. So if you'd like to see exclusive content, become a YouTube member. Just click the join button next to subscribe. But that's going to do it here. Make sure you're being kind to one another and tipping and helping one another. But more importantly, don't go licking handrails. Don't go licking trash cans. And remember, vodka sucks unless it's being used for hand sanitizer. Then it's okay. Cheers.